Hey guys, welcome to another edition of my YouTube channel. Today we are discussing all things Rwanda, things you should know before visiting Rwanda, maybe for your first time. Whether you're planning a trip or probably just curious about this country called Rwanda, well, stick around, get your notebooks and pens ready, and let's get started. So the first thing you need to know is Rwanda is currently visa free for all African countries, and no African needs a visa or whatsoever to visit Rwanda. Now, this announcement was made by President Paul Kagame in November 2023 during the Global Summit for World Travel and Tourism Council. He made a statement that all Africans can now visit Rwanda visa free without paying a dime. And this has been a game changer for African travel, because why do we need to travel to a fellow African country with a visa? Like, it doesn't make sense. So if you decide to visit Rwanda for the first time, all you need is your African passport and then your yellow fever card. If you're wondering what is yellow fever card, this is how it looks like. It's a vaccination passport for yellow fever vaccination, and it's just not only yellow fever. We have other types of vaccinations like meningitis. Now, the yellow fever card is so powerful. It's mostly looked out for, and anytime you are traveling, you should have your yellow fever card. It will grant you easy passage through the borders. Did you know drones are not allowed in Rwanda? I remember when I visited Rwanda, they asked if I had a drone in my luggage, and I said no, because they were always looking out for it. The other time I transited through Kenya, my bags had to be screened or scanned. I remember I put my Insta360 in my hand luggage, and of course they had to scan it. So the guy was like, "What do you have in your bag?" And I said, "Electronics." And he said, "Do you have a drone in your bag?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes." He said I should take my luggage to the other scanning spots to get a scan, because it looked like I had a drone. I'm like, "I don't have a drone." So I thought probably it was my Insta360 that kind of looked like a drone. And so I went to the scanning spot. They scanned my luggage and I had no drone. So I was let to go. So the security guy took out the Insta360. So like, "Oh, looks like a drone." And I said, "Yes, it's a pocket camera, but it does so much." And he smiled and he let me go. So in East Africa, you can't bring drones to the country without giving documentation or having like permission to do so. To bring a drone to Rwanda, you must first register your drone with the CAA prior to flying in Rwanda. Only Rwandan citizens can register drones, but it is allowed for a local sponsor to make the registration on your behalf. Registration can take up to 3 months to be processed and costs about 150 US dollars. It means that maybe you're a content creator and you have a drone and you're planning to visit Rwanda, you have to start making preparations at least 3 months to your visiting date. Now let's talk transportation. In Rwanda, Kigali, there are very few transportation options. The most affordable mode of transport is motorbikes or boarders. Now, don't be scared. These boarders are safe. The riders wear helmets and reflective jackets, and it's absolutely safe. The most I spent on transportation using these boarders was not even up to 15 Ghana cedis. Yes, they are so affordable and they are widespread. You find them on the street and they are safe. There are other options like Move. Move is like their hill riding app. So you download the app and you order a ride. Move is not really budget friendly and advise you to stick to motorbikes. Aside that, you could rent a vehicle, you could rent a taxi, you could board the passenger buses that takes you out of Kigali to other parts of the country. The next thing you need to know is Kinyarwanda is Rwanda's official language and is widely spoken by everyone in the country. This language is upheld high above every language like English or French. I remember when I visited the Genocide Museum, the text that was on the paintings on the walls, Kenya Rwanda was highlighted in bold and then followed by English and then French. So you can see for yourself. If you're visiting Rwanda, you might have to learn some few Kenya Rwandan terms like umurate and a few others. I hope I got it right. When it's 2 a.m., all businesses close in Rwanda. Let's say you're a pub or a bar, restaurant, or a nightclub. When it's 2 a.m., all businesses cease. I think this is to check noise pollution in the city. The next thing you need to know is Rwanda is a landlocked East African country, which means it is surrounded by other countries or land masses. This country boasts of beautiful and lush green mountains, hills, landforms, and it's so breathtaking to see. The scenery is exciting. The scenery is stunning. Get ready to be wild when you visit this country. I got so overwhelmed by the good roads, by the mountains, by the hills, by the fog, and it was so beautiful. I can't wait for you to experience this beauty. When I visited Rwanda in 2023, I remember purchasing a bottle of cold water and there were no polythene bags around. So I had to use this brown biodegradable bag for my packaging. In fact, most East African countries have banned single plastic use, and so you'll not find that in Rwanda. Kigali is currently the cleanest city in Africa. The country has a huge budgetary allocation for sanitation in the country. Most cleaning companies operate 24 hours in Kigali. If you visit, the streets are clean. Take a stroll on the street, you find that Kigali is squeaky clean. The first and third Sunday of every month in Rwanda is a car-free day. On this day, motorists are encouraged to ditch their vehicles and motorbikes for a more environmentally friendly transport. I got to experience this myself. I saw people clean the city. There were no cars moving around. That Sunday was so quiet and calm, and it felt so good. It kind of felt like a curfew. You might have heard of the word Umuganda and you're wondering, what does this word mean? So Umuganda is Community Service Day and takes place every last Saturday of the month in Rwanda. The next thing you need to know is Rwanda's security detail is top notch. I think majority of East African countries have a tight security, and so get ready to be scanned when you're going to the restaurant, to the malls, and most public spaces. You have to be scanned before you enter. Another thing you need to know is Rwandans are law-abiding citizens. I was even shocked. Get ready to respect their rules. There's a driving speed limit in Kigali and you dare not go above that limit. Driving with your cell phones is strictly not allowed. You might be imprisoned for doing that. If you decide to drive in Kigali, you need an international driving license to be able to drive in Rwanda. So guys, here are the few things you need to know before visiting Rwanda, maybe if it's your first time. If you have any other suggestions to add, kindly drop them in the comment. As always, drop a like, drop a comment, share this video. It might help somebody so much. And don't forget to subscribe. Until my next video, it's bye for now.